Dear students, today we are going to discuss about respiration. Respiration is another one more important life process. So, this respiration means it is the process of breaking down of food or glucose as well as release of energy in the form of ATP. Or we can say that respiration means it is the process of breaking down of food, mainly glucose. So glucose is known as substrate. Substrate means the substance which breaks to release the energy. So here the substrate that is mainly glucose. So this glucose is breaks down in the presence or in the absence of oxygen. Sometimes the breakdown of glucose that takes place in the presence of oxygen. On the other hand, sometimes this breakdown of glucose that takes place in the absence of oxygen. And in both these cases, in the presence of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen, both these cases there is release of energy takes place. So that release of energy that is mainly in the form of ATP. ATP means it is adenosine triphosphate. So ATP is the main source of energy, and along with the release of carbon dioxide in the cells of organisms. So we can say that respiration means it is the process of breakdown of food or glucose in the presence or absence of oxygen as well as the release of energy that is in the form of ATP and carbon dioxide in the cells of living organism is known as the process of respiration. So it is another important life process. So depend upon the presence or absence of oxygen, the breakdown of glucose, it depends upon the absence or presence of the oxygen. This type of respiration we can categorize into two types. One is aerobic respiration and another type that is anaerobic respiration. So, if the breakdown of substrate or food that takes place in the presence of oxygen, if there is presence of oxygen, then that type of respiration is known as aerobic respiration. That means presence of, it takes place in the presence of oxygen. Then second type that is anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration, A means absent. So anaerobic, that means the absence of oxygen. So if there is no oxygen or if it does not require the presence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration, it does not require the presence of oxygen or it mainly takes place in the absence of oxygen and it releases energy. So two types, aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration. There are different modes of respiration are shown by different types of organism. So one example, mostly in case of unicellular organisms, okay, mostly in case of unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, they mainly respire through body surface, or we can say that in case of unicellular organism, the respiration is known as cell surface respiration. Cell surface respiration, or they respire through their body surface. Then another example or another mode of respiration that is cutaneous respiration. So in case of cutaneous respiration, this respiration that takes place through moist skin. In case of earthworms as well as in case of frog, the respiration they takes place through their moist skin. Then branchial respiration, another mode that is branchial respiration in case of aquatic organisms like fish, prawns and all. Mainly it takes place through gills. So their main respiratory organ that is gills. So such kind of respiration that is known as branchial respiration. Then another one that is tracheal respiration, that means through trachea. Because in case of insect, most of the insect, their body contains small holes that is known as spiracles. Small holes, that small holes are known as spiracles and they consist of trachea. Spiracles which contain trachea, that is known as tracheal respiration. So trachea, through trachea, then it is known as tracheal respiration. Then in case of human beings and most of the animals which have lungs as respiratory organ, then it is known as pulmonary respiration. That means respiration which takes place through lungs. Then one more important thing, in case of frog, they are amphibians because they can live inside the water as well as they can live on the land. So when they live in the water, then they respire through their skin. Then they comes to land, then respiration through lungs. So these are some of the examples of some modes of respiration. In case of lower level organism or unicellular organism, cell surface respiration or through body surface respiration takes place. Then cutaneous respiration through moist skin in case of earthworm. Then bronchial respiration through gills. Then tracheal respiration through trachea in case of insect. Then pulmonary respiration that it takes place through lungs, mostly in case of land animals. This figure it shows different ways of breathing or respiration or breathing. Organs of breathing. In case of spider, they have particular structure, this part. This particular structure is known as book lung. So through book lung they breathe. In case of chicken, that means land animal, lungs. In case of human beings, lungs are present for breathing purpose or for respiration, for the inhalation as well as for the exhalation of air. Already I explained about fish, or in case of aquatic animals, these particular organs are known as gills. Then in case of caterpillar, smaller organism, caterpillar, small spiracles or small holes. Spiracles or small holes are present. In case of caterpillar, these spiracles or through trachea, respiration takes place. Then sponge, it is lower level organism, sponge or porifera, they comes under phylum porifera. So these sponge, their body, all over their body have small pores. So inflow of water as well as outflow of water. So when inflow of water as well as outflow of water takes place, so during that time they will get some gases or breathing process or intake of gas that takes place during this inflow as well as the outflow of water in and out of the air. The process of respiration involves two main steps. That is first step, that is glycolysis, and the second step, that is Krebs cycle. We can say that the process of respiration, it involves two main steps. One is glycolysis and second step, that is Krebs cycle. So glycolysis means it is the process of breakdown of glucose into pyruvic acid. The first step of respiration, that is known as glycolysis. So lysis means splitting. Lysis, the word meaning lysis, splitting. Glyco means related to glucose. So glycolysis, splitting. So splitting of glucose or breakdown of glucose into pyruvic acid or pyruvate. Pyruvate or pyruvic acid. Pyruvate or pyruvic acid means it is a 3-carbon compound. So pyruvate or pyruvic acid, it is a 3-carbon compound. So the breakdown of glucose into 3-carbon compound known as pyruvic acid or pyruvate, that is the first step. And this breakdown of glucose into pyruvic acid or that 3-carbon compound, that is common for both type of organisms or it is common for both type of respiration. That means it is common for aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration. So the first process, that is glycolysis, so it is common for both aerobic as well as for anaerobic respiration. Then the second step, that is the Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle means during Krebs cycle, the pyruvic acid or it is a 3-carbon compound. Pyruvic acid or the 3-carbon compound which is formed during the glycolysis process, it is further breakdown. So the breakdown of pyruvic acid or that 3-carbon compound, that is takes place during Krebs cycle. So it is more complicated process. So in simple way we can say that Krebs cycle, it involves the breakdown of pyruvic acid, and this pyruvic acid it is formed in this first step of respiration, that means breakdown of glucose. So first step, breakdown of glucose. So glucose it breaks down to pyruvic acid. So now pyruvic acid is formed. Then further the breakdown of pyruvic acid that takes place during further breakdown of pyruvic acid that takes place during second step, that is Krebs cycle. So first step, that is the glycolysis, splitting of glucose into pyruvic acid. Then second step, that is Krebs cycle, that means the breakdown or splitting of pyruvic acid takes place during Krebs cycle. Then this Krebs cycle, during Krebs cycle, two types of reaction takes place, or two types of process that it takes place during Krebs cycle, that is aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration. That means the further process of Krebs cycle that depend upon the presence or absence of oxygen. So the further process of Krebs cycle that depend upon aerobic respiration, meaning the presence of depend upon the presence of oxygen as well as the absence of oxygen. So the further reaction, if there is presence of O2, then it is known as aerobic respiration. Then sometimes the absence of oxygen, if further process takes place, then that type of respiration it is known as anaerobic respiration. So this is the basics of the process of respiration or main steps. Two steps are there: glycolysis, that means breakdown of glucose into pyruvic acid. So this process is common for aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration. So up to this, or glycolysis or breakdown of glucose into pyruvic acid, that is common for both aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration. Then the further stage or the second step, that is breakdown of pyruvic acid, that depend upon the presence or absence of oxygen. That is why if there is presence of oxygen, then such type of respiration is known as aerobic respiration. If there is absence of oxygen, then such type of respiration is known as anaerobic respiration. So the second step or Krebs cycle or breakdown of pyruvic acid, the further process that is depend upon the presence or absence of oxygen. So that is why it is termed as two types, that is aerobic respiration, then another one, that is anaerobic respiration. So depending upon the presence or absence of oxygen, the further process of respiration, or it is mainly divided into two types. One is aerobic respiration and second one, that is anaerobic respiration. So during aerobic respiration, the breakdown of glucose or the respiratory substrate. Glucose is known as the respiratory substrate. So this glucose, it is breakdown or it is split in the presence of oxygen and releases carbon dioxide, then water, along with the release of energy. ATP means that is the form of energy. So this is the end product of aerobic respiration. We can say that carbon dioxide, water and energy. So the end product of aerobic respiration, that is carbon dioxide, then water and energy, that is in the form of ATP. So here 36 ATP are released during aerobic respiration because it is more efficient. Because complete oxidation of glucose or complete breakdown of glucose, this is glucose, so complete breakdown of glucose takes place during aerobic respiration, so that it yield more energy or it release 36 ATP. On the other hand, during anaerobic respiration, the splitting of glucose or the breakdown of glucose that takes place in the absence of oxygen. So here the end product, two types of end product are formed. One is ethanol or ethyl alcohol along with the formation of carbon dioxide and release of energy. So only 2 ATPs are released during anaerobic respiration. Then second type, that is the splitting of or the breakdown of glucose takes place, but here there is no oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, the splitting or the breakdown of glucose takes place, and the second type, lactate or lactic acid is formed. Lactate or lactic acid along with the release of ATP. So here also 2 ATPs are formed. So here 36 ATPs are formed during aerobic respiration. On the other hand, during anaerobic respiration, only 2 ATPs are formed. What is the reason behind that? Because during aerobic respiration, the complete breakdown or complete oxidation of glucose takes place during aerobic respiration. But during anaerobic respiration, this is glucose. So incomplete is not complete, incomplete breakdown. So incomplete breakdown of glucose takes place during anaerobic respiration. That is why energy yield that is very low. That means only 2 ATPs are formed. So once again I will repeat it. During aerobic respiration, the respiratory substrate or glucose is split in the presence of oxygen and release of energy along with the release of carbon dioxide and water. So we can say that the end product of aerobic respiration, these three are the end product. This is the equation, chemical equation of aerobic respiration. So the end product, 3 end products are here. One is carbon dioxide, second one is release of water, and third one, that is energy. Energy means that is in the form of ATP. Then here anaerobic respiration, glucose that is converted into, or it break down, or it is split into lactic acid or ethanol, and ATP yield that is very low, only 2 ATP, because incomplete breakdown of glucose takes place due to absence of oxygen. So the end product, 2 end products are formed here. The one is ethanol or ethyl alcohol along with the carbon dioxide and release of energy. Then in case of another, that is means especially in case of muscle cells, this takes place especially in case of muscle cells, as well as some of the bacteria like lactic acid bacteria, lactobacillus. So lactobacillus bacteria, as well as in case of muscle cells, they release lactic acid during the process of anaerobic respiration. So here incomplete breakdown of glucose takes place. That is why energy yield that is very low. So end product of aerobic respiration, carbon dioxide, water and ATP. Then anaerobic respiration, otherwise we can say that anaerobic respiration or fermentation. Anaerobic respiration or fermentation. That means the absence of oxygen, breakdown of glucose takes place, and especially in case of yeast fermentation or alcoholic fermentation or anaerobic respiration, especially in case of yeast cells, yeast undergo anaerobic respiration and they release ethanol or alcohol. Ethanol or alcohol. That is why in case of alcohol industries and all, they use yeast for large scale production of alcohol, because yeast respire anaerobically or in the absence of oxygen, and they release alcohol as the end product. Then in case of muscle cells as well as in case of lactobacillus bacteria, so curdling of milk, that is due to the presence of this lactobacillus bacteria. During anaerobic respiration, they release lactic acid. As well as in case of muscle cells, when we do vigorous physical activity, so while running or jumping during vigorous physical activity, our muscle cells need more energy. So what will happen here? Sometimes when they require more energy or according to their higher needs for energy, they switch over this aerobic respiration to another mode. That means they switch over their aerobic respiration mode to anaerobic respiration. That means due to more energy yield or due to lack of oxygen in muscle cells, these muscle cells they start to respire anaerobically. That means due to lack of oxygen, they switch over their mode of respiration to anaerobic mode, and there is production of lactic acid. Then due to this production of lactic acid in our muscle cells, sometimes we may feel muscle cramps or muscle pain. Muscle cramps. So, muscle cramps or muscle pain during this vigorous physical activities, running, jumping and all, sometimes we may feel muscle pain or muscle cramps. That means due to anaerobic respiration of muscle cells. So we can conclude the process of respiration as like this. The glucose, breakdown of glucose or food. Glucose or food that mainly takes place in the cytoplasm, and during the process of glycolysis. During the process of, already I explained, during the process of glycolysis, the splitting of glucose or breakdown of glucose into pyruvic acid or 3-carbon compound. This is a 3-carbon molecule or 3-carbon compound. So pyruvate is formed along the release of energy. Then the second step or Krebs cycle, already I told that Krebs cycle, it is depend upon the absence or the presence of oxygen. First case, the absence of oxygen. That means anaerobic respiration, especially in case of yeast cells, or fermentation process or anaerobic respiration. So, in case of yeast cell fermentation or anaerobic respiration, that it takes place in the absence of oxygen, and the end product formed during this respiration, that is ethanol. Then carbon dioxide as well as the release of energy, that is in the form of ATP. Then lack of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen or during lack of oxygen, when our muscle cells needs more energy during physical activities and all, someday what will happen if there is less amount of oxygen, then muscle cells they switch on their or they switch over other mode of respiration, that means switch over to anaerobic mode of respiration to fill their energy needs. So muscle cells respire anaerobically and there is release of lactic acid, which is a 3-carbon compound or 3-carbon molecule lactic acid along with the release of energy or ATP. Then the third condition or third type, that means in the presence of oxygen, that mostly takes place in the mitochondria of living organism or most of the living organism, they possess aerobic respiration. That means they respire in the presence of oxygen, and the end product formed, that are release of carbon dioxide, water along with the release of energy. Energy means 36 ATP, aerobic respiration. Here only 2 ATP. Then here there also only 2 ATP. So energy yield is very low in case of anaerobic respiration. On the other hand, in case of aerobic respiration, energy yield is very high due to complete oxidation of glucose or substrate. The respiration or cellular respiration, because it takes place inside the cell, inside living cells, that is what is known as cellular respiration. So during this process, glucose, breakdown of glucose takes place. That is the first step. That process is known as glycolysis. That means splitting of glucose. And step 2, that means Krebs cycle, or that is depend upon the presence or the absence of oxygen. So if oxygen is absent, then it is known as anaerobic respiration or fermentation. Anaerobic respiration or fermentation due to the absence of oxygen. Then second type, that is known as aerobic respiration, or another name, that is oxidative respiration. Oxidative respiration, that means the presence of oxygen. Then during oxidative respiration or aerobic respiration, oxygen is present. So oxygen is present. So during this aerobic respiration, in the presence of oxygen, so oxygen is present. So in the presence of oxygen, glucose breakdown or splitting of glucose takes place, or substrate or glucose, and the formation of carbon dioxide, then release of energy along with the release of water. So it takes place in the presence of oxygen. So in the presence of oxygen, the breakdown of glucose takes place, and the end product formed during this oxidative respiration or aerobic respiration, that is carbon dioxide, energy as well as water. Then fermentation. Fermentation means this is anaerobic respiration. So during fermentation or during anaerobic respiration, oxygen is absent. There is no oxygen. So during absence of oxygen, the fermentation or anaerobic respiration takes place. So two different end products are formed during anaerobic respiration. Already I explained that. So two end products are formed. One end product, that is alcohol. In case of yeast, alcoholic fermentation. Why it is known as alcoholic fermentation? Because the end product that is formed during such type of respiration, that is ethyl alcohol as well as carbon dioxide. Then in case of muscle cells, not only in muscle cells, lactobacillus bacteria, in case of lactobacillus bacteria as well as in case of muscle cells, lactic acid is formed during anaerobic respiration, and depending upon that end product means lactic acid is end product. So due to that, it is known as lactic acid fermentation. So we can categorize into two depending upon the end product. One is alcoholic fermentation and another one, that is lactic acid fermentation. Then the main differences between aerobic respiration as well as anaerobic respiration. In case of aerobic respiration, it takes place in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration, it takes place in the absence of oxygen. So presence of oxygen as well as absence of oxygen. Then it involves the exchange of gases between organism and outside the environment. In case of aerobic respiration, exchange of gas, that means breathing process, inhalation, exhalation. Next class I will explain it. So breathing process or inhalation as well as exhalation process takes place. But here anaerobic respiration, there is no exchange of gases. Exchange of gas is absent. Then aerobic respiration. The site of aerobic respiration that takes place, or the sites are cytoplasm as well as mitochondria. Then anaerobic respiration, it occurs in the cytoplasm. Here it takes place in cytoplasm as well as mitochondria. Anaerobic respiration takes place only in cytoplasm. Then aerobic respiration, the end products, that is carbon dioxide and water, along with the release of energy. But in case of anaerobic respiration, end products are not same always. Sometimes end products, ethyl alcohol, during anaerobic respiration, in case of yeast, ethyl alcohol. But in case of muscle cells or in case of lactobacillus bacteria, lactic acid is the end product. So end products may vary. Then the energy yield, aerobic respiration energy yield is high, that is 36 ATP. In case of anaerobic, only 2 ATP, because in case of aerobic respiration, there is complete oxidation of glucose takes place. On the other hand, anaerobic respiration, incomplete oxidation of glucose takes place. So that is why their energy yield, that is very low. Then some examples, in case of aerobic respiration, most of the cells in our body. Then anaerobic respiration, in case of yeast, muscle cells as well as lactobacillus bacteria.